Hello, my name is Mike. I'm one of the board of directors from RNPA. I'm here to talk to you about our dues increase. We're in the middle of it. It started last week, March 5th, and it'll end next Sunday, March 14th at midnight. And so make sure you go out and vote. We want everyone to vote, whether that's a yes or no. It's important that everyone vote for our dues increase. How much, right? How much? So hold on. This is how much. It's equivalent to a jalapeno burger for Carl's Jr. It's $8.25 per pay period. It's the cost of a burger, right? And we haven't increased our dues for at least a decade. Technically, that 50 cents is really not much more, and so it's been over a decade plus since this union really increased their dues. And we do need those dues to be increased to continue our representation and advocacy for our nurses. I've been hearing some nurses already pay a lot. Well, let me just explain that some other unions are actually charging more. SEIU, they're ED technicians. I was talking to her, and she says she pays $43.50 per pay period. That's SEIU, and she's not even a nurse. She pays a lot more. CNA, $70 per pay period. Krona, $25. They're a little bit more than us right now. That's from what I was told from a member from Krona. Krona is from Stanford. And so we're asking to increase our dues by $8.25 to a total of $30 per pay period, which should help with everything that we're trying to do here in the union. That's continued representation for all our membership and also the advocacy. And we're trying to make a lot of changes as much as we can to benefit you all, right? And so, so that hopefully should answer that question. Why are we increasing our dues when we just gained a bunch of nurses at St. Louis Hospital and O'Connor Hospital? Well, there's an explanation in that, right? So in 2011, and before this, the new slate for you nurses who've been here for a while, for over 5 years, you know that we're the new slate. We took over in 2016, May 2016. Since we took over, we've been very busy. We've been very aggressive in the way we run the union, the way we represent our nurses, right? And so we're doing a lot. We decided back in 2016 not to increase our dues because we thought that we had to wait until we show our membership that the union, who back pre-2016 had a very bad reputation, and plus we thought that we needed to wait until our contract is finished to show that, hey, not only can we represent our nurses, but we could also get you guys a good contract. That's why we waited this long. With our continued advocacy and representation here, we would start dipping into those savings, which we need for our negotiations. And back pre-2016 of May, this union was not very active, and so they weren't using your dues as much as they should, right? And so back then, they were averaging less than $1,000 per year on their lawyer fees. They were basically using mostly their release time, which does not cost RNPA much money. But then those people who were using RNPA time, which RNPA pays for their time to be here, were only 3 the most. And if the other board of directors used it, it was a minute amount. And so it was insignificant. And so that's how they were able to work with those amount of revenue coming in at that time. But fast forward to 2016 May, and now we've been extremely busy representing you all. And we need that money for various reasons. In 2011, when we had 1,000 nurses, we had Shannon Ruth, who is our association rep. And right now we have Shannon Ruth and we have 3,000 members, right? And so our plan is to hired 2 more association reps so that we could have a better representation, quality representation. In addition, we might possibly hire a manager, and that all takes, it costs money to have people working for us. And it's Silicon Valley after all, they're not cheap. And we're hiring very experienced individuals to work for us. They're not, unlike some other unions who would hire a trainee, we cannot have trainees. We need experienced individuals to come here and to represent you all. After all, we want quality representation, and that's what we're trying to get for you all. Let's quickly go over how to vote. Currently, we're seeing an outside agency called Association Voting, and you should have received an email from them from announcement@associationvoting.com. And in that email, you should have your credentials and basically your username and password. Your username is your employee ID, and the passwords are different for everybody. And so look for that in your email. If not, look for it in your spam. Also, if you can't find it, we do have a QR code in our flyers that we've been handing out to everyone. That QR code, all you have to do is basically scan it with your cell phone using your camera and your cell phone. It'll lead you to that website, and that website, Association Voting, has a video at the very bottom where it links to a YouTube video precisely telling you how to get your credentials. You could watch that first. If not, you could just press the help sign at the very top right corner and fill that out, and you should get your credentials within 20 seconds or less, right? If you didn't, that means you're not in the system. If you're having problems, you went through the help via Association Voting and you can get your credentials, then give us a call, and Angelia could help you with that.